Welcome to the Chicago Sully Show. It is Saturday, December 21st, and it's a great day to be a Bear. It is a great day to be a Chicago Bear. It is game day, taking on the Green Bay Packers. Battle for first place, battle for the NFC North. I cannot say enough about how crazy this matchup is about to be. Um, Leading up to the season, expectations were not as high as they are now. To be in this moment, I cannot express how excited I am for this game. Again, as much as on the line on playoff seating, positioning, and for context, 2-1 Bears guarantee a playoff spot. Last three teams they play, we got Green Bay, at San Fran, and Detroit. Tough matchups, playoff teams. So it's one of those situations where there's 8 great teams for 7 spots. More realistically, 6 great teams for 5 spots. He's got 3 in the North: Bears, Packers, Lions. We also got the West: Rams, Seahawks, 49ers. And with there being 4 non-division winners there, 3 wildcard teams, someone's going to be left out. It's all going to come down to the wire, which is super exciting. But for now, all focus is on Green Bay. All focus is on getting this win, taking over first place, and really changing the tides here. It's one of those situations where Green Bay, they've won 13 out of the last 14 at Soldier Field. They've won 6 straight at Soldier Field. Hate to say it, but they've owned us for the last however long, ever since that 2011 NFC title game. Man, they've been a bear killer. Let's hope today changes. Let's hope that the tides shift. And first, Soldier Field is going to be rocking tonight. Soldier Field is going to be a zoo. Saturday night game in solid weather outside. It's about high 30s. Then it's going to be the biggest regular season game at Soldier Field since that 2013 Chris Conti game. So it's going to be electric and getting prices north of $400. So I hope to see everyone out there, but it's again it's a hot ticket. So I'm so excited for it. It's going to be unbelievable. Going to be again rocking. I've met 2 games this year already. I was at the Giants game and the Browns game last week. Even that Browns game had some more energy, had some more pop, despite the cold weather. Again, this tonight, there's just so much hype, so much like angst being built up to this. And decided to record this morning instead of last night, just to get a fresh perspective. I slept maybe 3 hours last night thinking about this game, thinking about how great of a day it's about to be. I am just so excited for this. Words cannot describe the level of just the slight amount of anxiety, but I'm also so confident we're going to win. And I'm at the top of my confidence meter right now. I feel so good about this Bears team. I feel so good about where we're at. And it's just unbelievable. It's one of those things with the Bears where the culture just feels different. Like the vibes feel better. And this feels like a passing the torch game. There's something about it where, again, with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams, Bears have never had a high flying offense like they've had this. Bears have always been known for their stellar defense, even in 2018. They had the best defense in all football, and offense was fine. It wasn't horrible, but again, this offense we're seeing now is the best since the 80s. I'd argue. I'm not sure if there's a better quarterback that we've seen in our lifetime than Caleb Williams. The better quarterback we've seen wearing a Bears jersey than Caleb Williams. Doing a preface. Not going to come out here and say that Caleb Williams is better than Tom Brady, or not going to say AR. But yeah, I'm just so excited for tonight. So excited. And it feels like this team's about to pop off. Feels like this offense is really about to break out. Some key injuries do worth noting into. With Green Bay, no Micah Parsons, which is massive, such a big deal. He's a top 3 defender in all of football, so to not have him on the pass rush is going to be a huge advantage for the Bears. They will have Watson and then Josh Jacobs. They're both banged up, so and they're going to play. They're going to go out there. They're tough, phenomenal players. I'm intrigued to see what level of healthiness they are, and from there, like again, Chris Watson, Watson who runs a 4.3. Is he still going to be guns blazing, or is him being a little banged up going to impact his performance in any way? That's going to be interesting to keep an eye on. And then on the Bears defensive end to combat that, we do have Tremaine Edmonds coming back. Really exciting to see him come back. He was playing phenomenal before his injury. And Marco Jackson has been playing great. He's been awesome, but he's not Tremaine Edmonds. Simple as that. It's going to be very interesting to see with the Bears defense more healthy than last time around, and Packers offense, I'd argue, a little more banged up. It's going to be very interesting to see. I mean, this Toyotathon, this podcast is not a Toyotathon podcast. Context, Jordan Love is always never going off during Toyotathon. For some reason, there's some good juju there, but for that reason, we are not a Toyotathon podcast. It's not Toyotathon, but it's going to be very interesting to see the Packers playing at Soldier Field in that environment with their offense, I'd say, a little banged up. And on the flip side, we talked about Packers defense, no Micah. That's massive. On the Bears front, we are going to be without Rome Odunze and Luther Burden, so it's unfortunate. Two pass wide receivers are out. It's tough. In the Rome injury last week, the fact that he tried to come back and then re-aggravated it, sounded like it's a little frustrating. With Luther being, he got hurt last week, so it's unfortunate as it is. We'd rather save them for a potential, fingers crossed, potential playoff run. But so that's going to be big on DJ Moore to step up. It's going to be a big game for him. And DJ Moore, he's not played in these moments in a while. This is his first time being on a team that's had a winning season since high school. He played at Maryland, and Maryland, they're not a football school. And then at Carolina, then he went to the Bears. Never had a winning season. So we're going to be in this environment, in this element. I expect for him to get advantage of it. I'm calling it a DJ Moore legacy game. I'm anticipating him to ball out. I think we're also going to see a lot more two tight end sets with Loveland and Kmet both on the field. Again, Loveland's really stepped up these past few weeks. He's playing great. Kmet got a little banged up last week, but looks like he's healthy. Looks like he should be okay. Again, overall, I feel good about where the offense is at. Our offensive line is playing incredible, so I expect that to continue as well. Yeah, can't say enough great things about the O-line. Yeah, I'd say one of the best in football, top five in football. And I think that's going to be a huge key tonight. Another big key tonight is getting out to a fast start. A big part of the reason why we lost in Green Bay 13 days ago was because we got to the slow start. The first half, we had less than 80 yards of offense. If we're going to win tonight, that can't happen. We can't let that be the case. Really intrigued to see how we're going to come out tonight, especially given we played them 2 weeks ago. The film that's going to come out, again, how Ben Johnson is going to coach the team up to try and combat what the Packers are going to try to do. Very intrigued to see how that's all going to turn out. And I'm very optimistic in the Bears. I alluded to this a little bit earlier, and it feels like the change in the guards. Like, this just feels different. There's something about this game. This is going to be the beginning of an era, beginning of a legacy in the Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson era. I remember being at the 2010 NFC title game with my dad, and for context, he used to have season tickets. He said 314, wrote 12, and when I was 18, he was 17. We just pregame tailgate at the Waldron deck. I say pregame like I'm drinking as a kid. I was going out there playing football, eating all the food. It's one of those things where I never appreciated how cool it was. I never appreciated how amazing it was to be out there and how lucky, spoiled, privileged, blessed. Like I was, it was just the greatest experience with my dad, and I never had a sense of gratitude for how amazing that was until now being on the other side, being grown up and realizing, wow, we used to park at the Waldron deck, walk right over. It was just the coolest thing. It was just the most amazing time. Those memories with him, I'm always going to cherish, always appreciate. Some of the, again, those are the key highlights of my childhood. When we went to the Bears Packers NFC title game that night before, we were standing in the kitchen in our house, and he was talking to me about how big of a game it was. I knew it was a big game, I knew it was massive, but Bears and Packers were playing for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. One of the first times they've ever played in a playoff game, and just have built the hype, talk to them about it. It was one of those moments where I was just so, again, excited, anxious, and obviously that game did not go our way. BJ Raji pick six is always going to live in my head. Rent free. I'll never forgive Todd Collins for the way he played that game. Cutler got hurt is unfortunate. And Caleb Haney didn't play that bad, but yeah. But we're not here to reminisce on 2010. We're here to talk about this upcoming game. and it just feels like a different. It feels like a culture changer. I'm excited for what's to come there. Packers, they got to come to Chicago. Still got to come to Chicago. They got to come to Soldier Field. They got to come to our house. And again, I'm excited for it. I think with again, Edmonds back, defense a little more healthy. I feel really confident about where this team is at. And when we look into score predictions, shockingly, I'm going to pick the Bears. Who would think that? But I think this is going to be a dominant game by the Bears. Like, I feel very confident about where this team is at. I'm going to go 28-17 Bears. I think this is going to be a BTA. I think the Bears are going to jump out from the start, get a great head start, get a great lead, and then I think they're going to dominate. I really feel good about this game. It's scary how confident I feel about it. I feel like most games this year, I've gone into it with a tempered expectations. This game, I'm so confident. Like, I just feel so good about it. And I don't know if I should be more scared because of that or if I should be more excited, but I think Soldier Field is going to be a zoo tonight. I expect at least 2 false starts from that Packer O-line. And I expect the Bears to dominate, come out full force, get a great start, and it's going to be a great night to be Chicago Bears. So I'm so excited for it. Yeah, time will tell. It's just crazy how much is on the line because 2-1 guarantees playoff spot. 1-2, I say they're likely out. It sucks at 11-6 they would not be a playoff team, but just how it's shaping up, that's just a reality in my eyes. So it's going to be interesting to see how it all pans out. Regardless, tear it down. Let's get a big win. Yeah, on that note, I got a little Bulls to talk. They did go 2-0 against Cleveland this week. Beat Cleveland at home on Wednesday, and then on Friday, on the road, took down the Cavs. On Friday, all team was healthy, and Patrick Williams didn't play the first quarter. He only played 4 minutes on total on Friday, which it shows how Billy Donovan not necessarily thinks of Pat Will, but how Patrick Williams has progressed. And I think the top 5 pick, he hasn't showed up. He hasn't really excelled at that point. And with being 2-0 against Cleveland this week, they're lodged back into that 10th spot. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're going to make the play-in tournament, lose to the Heat or Hawks or Magic or whoever. It's going to rinse and repeat, but it's all about the journeys. Bulls play in Atlanta tomorrow, so they get a big win there. Or so they tank. Because last show, notoriously, I said I hope they tank and hope they try and sell at the trade deadline. They try to rebuild, which I actually would not mind. I'd love them to rebuild and try and regroup and build for the future, but we'll see. Again, they'll probably be in the playing game again. Nothing's going to change there. And Hawks 0-2 in Canada so far. They lost in Toronto on Tuesday, lost in Montreal on Thursday. They play against Ottawa today. One thing we're noting with the Hawks is that in both Tuesday and Thursday's game, they're outscored 3-0 in the third period. So again, not having a Bedard's a big impact. Not having until January, it sucks. But again, it's one situation where I'm hoping this is a good experience in the long run to see Hawks try to play without Bedard, to try and have these younger guys step up and get them more playing time experience. And I'm hoping this is going to be a net positive in years to come. Oh, again, for this year, it's not looking great. I would say it is surprising seeing the third period struggles. So I don't know if it's just lack of stamina or what's going on there, but again, regardless, Hawks without Bedard, expectations were tempered so much. So it is what it is. And before I jump off here, just going to touch a little bit on the Bears Stadium news. For those who haven't seen, it's been all over the internet. The Bears, Kevin Warren released a statement on Wednesday, I want to say, talking about potentially moving to Northwest Indiana. Again, talked about how he struggled to get a deal done with Arlington Heights, and again, it's been a little bit unfortunate there. First off, it's all smoke. I think he's just trying to use this to strategize, try to get a better deal from Arlington Heights. They own the property there. I do get the state of Indiana is very excited about the possibility of the Bears moving there. Their government is very on board. They're trying to move quick. Props to them. Shows they actually know what they're doing. Government not our specialty, but again, it's one of those situations where I think it's all smoke. I think the Bears are going to stay in Illinois. They have to see them in Chicago, but logistically where? At least with Arlington Heights, at least you have the train line right there. And I'm biased. I'm from Crystal Lake. It's that Northwest Metro line. Goes from Crystal Lake, passes at Arlington Park stop, which is where the Bears Stadium would be, to the cities. It'd be great for my hometown, great for the northwest suburbs. I think being that positive, I don't think I'd deal with them. They figure it out. At the end of the day, this is a great conversation to have in February, in March. This is not a conversation to have now. And the league releases on Packers week, and I get it. Everyone's talking about the Bears. Hype's built up. You want to use that leverage. You want to use that to your leverage, and I get that from a PR standpoint. And it's not going to impact the team anyways. The team doesn't care. The team's locked in on Green Bay. They're locked in on playing Chicago Bear football. And for the fans, it just kills the morale. It's just bad time. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Born everything from I read online, and I'm no expert on the matter, so take this with a grain of salt. But from everything I've read online, Kevin Warren's is not great at his job. He's not great at what he does. Third source in the Big Ten. People don't like him there. The Bears people don't like him there. Again, disclaimer. Hopefully, just a grain of salt based on what I read online. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the guy personally. He could be a great guy for all I know. Some of what I've read, not the highest of regards. So again, hopefully they get the stadium done. Just call it a day to play the Bears fans' emotions. Packer week. This leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And one other group of people to call out. For the Bears fans that say they become Packer fans if the Bears move to Indiana, stop that. What are we doing? Really? You become a Packer fan? The Bears move to North. The Bears can move to Saudi Arabia. I would not be a Packer fan. Like, you're kidding me right now. Again, for Bears fans to be that upset about it, again, this is still our Chicago Bears. Even if it's Northwest Indiana Bears, even if it's the London Bears. Again, if you go for an AFC team, whatever, I get it. And for the Rams fans, St. Louis, that changed guards because their team left for LA, I get it, but I don't see any of those fans becoming 49ers, Seahawks, or Cardinal fans. Arizona Cardinal fans. Obviously, they're still St. Louis Cardinal fans. But again, I could never rooting for a division rival in my lifetime. Well, I can never envision rooting for the Packers in my lifetime. The Lions, I don't hate. They hate us because we took Ben Johnson, but Lion fans, I feel for. Even Viking fans in the playoffs that have had their struggles. The Minnesota people are actually so nice, and honestly, Green Bay people online are the worst humans on earth. Packer fans in person are so nice, so great. That's actually why I'm excited for a day, is being out in Soldier Field, being out tailgating before. Packer fans in person are awesome, man. We're all just Midwest nice. It's all great. But just the online trolls. See, Bears fans were the same way. We're toxic in our own ways. We looked at the Mike Parsons injury. 99.9% of Bears fans were sad he got injured. They're expressing empathy. There's always that 1% of people that just suck and just ruin it for the rest of everyone. So on that note, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day to be a Bear. It's a bad day to be a Packer. Meet for Shoes Week. Go Bears. Beat the Packers. And let's get it.